It's digital. What is happening, people? I hope you are well. You're joined with myself and Shauna. Shauna is on the right hand side. I'm on the left. We hope you're well. We hope you are well. Let's scroll that down. Just going to pull up the comments and things because we're going to need them. If you're watching on a replay, #replay is always beneficial because it's going to help other people in the group see it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so Shauna again is on a location, same as last week.
Yep.
She should be back to normal next week, which should be good. But,
yes, definitely. So if my signal drops out, guys, I am sorry. I don't know what it's like here, so just bear with me.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just going to get this shared out because we're only keeping this group public for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Whilst we get a lot more people into the group, and then we will be moving it out, like moving it to private, and keeping it so then we can give you guys more hardcore things, not just to do a mindset, but developing yourself to possibly go ahead and get into the digital world, right? So yeah, just bear with me 2 takes. Like I said, I'm just going to share it out. Sean, I don't know if you want to share it out.
Yeah. Let me get it going. Oh, did not mean to do that.
So, switch down here. Share. Newsfeed. Boom. Okay, awesome. I think, yeah, awesome. Whoa, we're still live. I thought it'd gone off then. I thought the live stream had gone off. I was going to be like, no. So my camera's a little bit different as well this week. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with said camera. I've had my camera since the day I started my business, and I think it's served the purpose. So I'm actually using my laptop's webcam right now, and it's not the best quality. I mean, let me just show you. The only reason it's like pretty decent quality is because we have a ring light on. But if I turn that ring light out, I mean, like, it's like, no, it's just not doing it for me. So this week we are going to be covering some amazing content with you guys to help you fucking crack on, like, yeah, to help you smash whatever the goals you want to smash, and helping you figure out your mindset as well. Okay, in my opinion, and I can probably vouch for Sean on this as well, is that you need to figure out who you are now before you indeed figure out who you want to become, and how you can commit to becoming that person. Now, figuring out who you are and figuring out who you want to become is something we're going to do in another episode. Like, we've got some amazing content for that all planned out. That will come in the next couple of weeks, for you guys to figure that out. But for now, we literally just want to go with mindset and help you tackle that. So we're going to be going growth versus fixed mindset tonight, okay, for episode 3. So growth versus fixed mindset. We're going to be telling you a little bit about both, how you can transition if you are indeed in a fixed mindset, how you can transition into a growth mindset, because that is inevitably going to help you in the long run. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be uncovering a lot of different things over the next couple of weeks for mindset, for that for sure. But for the most part tonight, we're going to be covering and going over to the different major mindsets, like I said, right, that are going to be the most beneficial to you guys, if you're serious about making the change. Okay, so let's
roll with it.
Let's roll with it.
But but if you guys do already know what a fixed and growth mindset is, that is even better. But we will definitely be delving into detail, and we're excited to share it with you. So
absolutely, 100%.
Sweet. So should we roll the ball?
Yeah, I'd say let's go for it. I've just lost the comments, that's all. I'm just wanting to see if anyone's actually getting hopped on. But yeah, awesome. Let's roll the ball. What I do want to say before we go any further is if you want to invite anybody into this group, then like I said at the beginning, we're going to keep it public for the next 2 to 3 weeks. You're more than welcome to invite people in, share any of the posts outwards, like any of the videos that we've done outwards, until we make it private. Once we make it private, obviously that's going to be a little bit more enclosed for you guys. For you being in the group, right? Like we want to give the people that are dedicated to the group the best knowledge and the best information that we can serve you with. Okay. So yeah, Shauna, do you want to kick it off? Do you want to kick off with with what they are?
Yeah. Right, let me give you some definitions, people. It's like being back in school. Right. So a fixed mindset is basically it's your basic qualities that are within everyone. So it's people believing in their basic qualities, their intelligence or their talents. Basically, you have that fixed mindset where you think that's as far as I'm ever going to go. I know this, so that's what I'm going to stick with. Putting it in those words. So we'll go with growth mindset, which is my absolute favorite, and I think it's Jack's as well, but I think it's because we've transitioned so far from a fixed mindset and we're definitely not in that place anymore, because I can't imagine being in that place anymore, just nah. But a growth mindset is where so your basic abilities, like with your fixed mindset, but you believe that you can grow on those basic abilities, and you believe in yourself that through dedication and hard work, you can go, I want to say you can go the distance. That's Disney again. I'm just dropping Disney bombs really for jokes at the moment. But yeah, with dedication and hard work, there can be change to basic qualities that every one of us hold. And I think with brains and talent, with all that together, basically we have a starting point in our brain. And with the talents you believe you have, so say for example, don't know, say you can write a book. You can write a book, but you don't want to be like, right, I can write one book. You want to write a million books. There's so many places with a growth mindset. It's not thinking, oh, I'm going to do this and that's it. You need to go beyond that. You need to go beyond the natural mindset that's inbuilt with us, what society teaches us and makes us, basically raises us to be, really. And when I'm stopped pattering, let's have a look.
Yeah, so for sure. So just to cover on that again, so people with a fixed mindset believe that the skills and intelligence and talents are just natural to people and they just come natural to people. Okay, the failure is shameful and should be avoided. Like failure is not shameful. Some people are naturally good at things whilst others are not, and you're not in control of your abilities. Like you are 110% in control of your abilities for sure. And then on the other hand, people with the growth mindset believe that you have the capacity to learn and grow your skills. The failure is a valuable lesson, and people who are good at something are good because they've built that ability. And then you are now in control of them abilities as well. Okay, like take control. It is all about taking control for where you want to go and for what you want to learn and for the mistakes that you want to make. Like making mistakes is awesome. Okay, so putting effort into things, right? I'm gonna cover a couple of these. So like putting effort into things. Okay, if you've got a fixed mindset, these are going to help you define on what sort of mindset you've got, guys, right? But if you have got a fixed mindset, then your effort levels are not necessary or not useful to you. Okay, and you see effort as a negative thing, and something you do when you're not that good. Okay, like you try and run away from it. Okay, whereas on the other hand, the important part of the process, okay, effort is the important part of the process, and focus on the process in getting better to what you want to become. And that is what it is. Like if you don't just expect to gain something real quick, and if you don't like run away, like focus on the process. Like the process will take you to where you want to be. Okay,
Yeah.
so challenges. Okay, challenges. Like every week, guys, we've got notes on the screen so we can keep both on track, to what we've planned for you guys. So with the challenges, okay, when you've got a fixed mindset, you avoid challenges at all cost. Okay, it is just something that you do, and if you do that, you've probably got a fixed mindset. But then again, you may not, because if you embrace a challenge, okay, then you're more likely to be more on the growth mindset, right? And when you are on the growth mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenges, and you generally persevere with the process of it, to get the best results of it. Okay. Whereas on the other hand, like when you're avoiding it, you're backing down and you're avoiding them, and like you're like, someone springs up with a challenge for you and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And to be honest, when you're starting anything new, or when you're in that frame of mind, that is what you're going to do. Okay. I try and push every single person out of the comfort zone. And I suppose this is what growth and fixed mindset is. It's the difference between getting out of your comfort zone and not being out of your comfort zone, and being in it. But I try and push every single person out of it. And like, that's how people grow. I mean, the team that I work with, and closely within my business, like, constantly pushing them out, because that is how they're going to be able to grow their business again. And seeing these individual people develop into the strong entrepreneurial minded people that it is, like, it's epic. But yeah, let's go with making mistakes. Okay, you avoid them. Fixed mindset people avoid them. Okay, they get discouraged when making mistakes and they run away from them straight off. Okay, on the other hand, the growth mindset, they're wanting to improve. They see mistakes as a learning opportunity, and ways on how they can move forward with that and grow. Okay, essentially, like, growing is cool.
Yeah.
And then with feedback, if you are in the fixed mindset, and I'm sure Sean is going to agree with this, is that if you're on a fixed mindset, you're going to get all defensive. Someone's going to give you feedback and you're going to be like, well, no, actually, but this and that, and and you try and justify it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whereas on the other hand, growth mindset, the people see it as very, very constructive, and they appreciate the feedback, so then they can develop further. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. So I'm going to give you a little quick recap on these, or do you want to go over the recap, mate?
Yeah, why not? Let's go on it. So growth mindset is freedom. And I'm going to put it really short so I don't go over talk. And fixed mindset is limiting. So what we mean by this, with a growth mindset, you can really go so far, if that's in your career or you've got goals in your life. With a growth mindset, you can achieve so much. But with the fixed mindset, it is limiting, because your beliefs will only go so far. And it's definitely over 2 of them now. Obviously, me and Jack have been in both. We've been in a fixed mindset, because that's where we came from before we started this journey. But we do have the growth mindset now, where before it was like, well, no, that's as far as I'm going to go, because we did have a fixed mindset. That is how our mind was set. But obviously, when starting this, it's like, no, we now have a growth mindset, because we know there's so much more than what we're told in society. So the thing is, it's the biggest shift, isn't it, Jack? When you change mindsets, the biggest shift. And I think you just realize it one day and you're like, that's it now. But so we'll go through the shift quickly in steps. So number 1 is telling yourself a different story. So how would you say that, Jack? What story did you used to tell yourself, for example?
In a fixed mindset, I would say that I wasn't capable of doing something, and things like I'm not capable. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't achieve that. And it was very much the same when I was maybe starting this business. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking into this business opportunity and I was thinking, hey, nah, not for me. I can't do that. And this is why I promote, like, so it's the starting like a business or starting anything, like, get your right mindset before you go and attack it. And I don't think there's enough educated about that outside in the world. But to just cover the next couple of different shifts that you can make, and then we're going to give you some sort of explanations of these, okay, and how you can move forward into these. So number 2 is setting learning goals. Okay, like, prepare to learn. Set to learn. Don't think you can go in it with, like, not having a clue and then not do anything, because then you're going to fail at it. Set to learn. Okay. Capitalizing on your values, so respecting your values and things. Choose the Goldilocks tasks, right? And we're going to talk about this in a certain, okay? And then being consistent and flexible. Yeah. So I've got bad gas. I do on most episodes, to be fair. It's that time of night. So choosing to tell a different story, like Sean was saying, okay. There's a lot of power in the story that we tell ourselves. Yeah. What do you tell yourself? Do you have a choice? Are you smart enough to learn new things? And do you feel challenges lift you up, or do you feel like they're bringing you down? Okay. When we come across hard problems or difficult situations, how we interpret them and sort of react to them is based on our own story. Our actions are nothing but manifestations of our beliefs. Okay. So the first step to enable your growth mindset to come forward is to learn to catch yourself in the moment. Now I know there's a song out in it, like a song out at the moment, isn't it? And it starts like, you don't realize you're in the moment until it's gone, or something like that. And that's so true, right? But make a choice and shift the language to use it. Okay. So instead of telling yourself, I'm not good at it, I can't do it, I don't have the ability to learn, it's better to stick to what I know, I give up because it's beyond me, I have a fixed potential, this is frustrating, I am who I am, and this is hard, choose to say, I can do better. I can do it. I want to try and not give up. I want to explore new ideas. I believe in myself. It's possible only if I try. It's okay to fail. I can learn from my mistakes. I just don't know my capabilities yet. Like, I don't know my abilities yet. And that is what's going to really help you changing that language, okay? And it's inevitably going to help you change your story around things. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead with setting and learning goals?
Yeah, absolutely. So commit to learning every day. Do you know what? This is so important, because I think at the beginning I didn't, and I definitely can call that out myself on that now. I didn't commit to learning every day, and it's so important to learn every day, because if you just go ahead full speed without learning what you're actually supposed to be doing, you're going to come around in a circle back to it and be like, what happened, what went wrong? Because I didn't choose to learn every day, but now I do, because it is so vital and so important. For example, instead of setting a goal to lose 30 kilos, commit to eating healthy every day. Again, I'm still working on this. I think Jack's doing pretty well at the moment.
I am, right. Little sidetrack story. So yeah. I have always been an up and down kind of guy with anything like that. And it's sort of, I sort of get sidetracked, okay. So the last time I sort of like was really hardcore, sort of like dieting and trying to lose weight and trying to get in shape, because like I've got a fatty, right? But I was doing well at it, and then I know exactly why I started. Is because I started my business. Okay, I wanted to start a business, and I was putting so much time into that, and that's sort of where everything stemmed from. And now we're working on my mindset, but in a different way. So I was looking at a mindset on where I can grow as a person rather than changing my physical appearance. Like that wasn't something that I was sort of keeping track on right there and then. But we're getting back into it. Yeah, we're getting back into it. So which is good. Yeah.
I'm definitely working on that. So that's my goal for this week coming, to get back to basics. But yeah, so focusing on the process as opposed to the outcome helps us look for the small continuous improvements, but not also that, it helps you give yourself easier wins. I suppose, as me and Jack say, celebrate every win. I think celebrating wins is so very important because they help you get to that place. If you give yourself tough love and you're like, well, there's no point celebrating, you didn't do that much, don't do that to yourself. You need to celebrate every win. And you need to remember, this is so important, because I think when starting this business and you see things, you're like, oh, it hasn't happened yet. Success does not come in a day. It definitely doesn't. I think at a time when my mindset was fixed, I was like, well, it should. You said it would. It doesn't work that way. And it's literally hard work and dedication and keep learning. That is the main three things when it comes to wanting to achieve your goals. But do not expect to start something today and tomorrow be like, yeah, I've done it. I started yesterday. Today I'm good. It's not going to happen. that's the harsh truth. You have to work your butt off, and then in the end it'll be like, whoa, I worked my butt off for that, I deserve that.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, we're celebrating wins. Like we push
Yeah.
that forward so much on any of our team calls, any of our community calls, anything like that, within our other private Facebook group. And like we push it so much. And some people so what we do is we have a big Zoom call usually, and it's like everyone on Zoom, so there can be like 100, 200 people on Zoom at a time, right? And sometimes like 30, 40 people, like it just depends on which sort of call. And we constantly push the wins, and we'd pick out on somebody, and if they're sort of strong enough to come out, and obviously we want them to come out because we're helping them step out of the comfort zone, they've then got to think about what a win is for themselves.
Yeah.
But then what that does is gets you focusing the next week on being like, I struggle to find a win then. I'm going to make sure my man's got wins for next week,
Yeah.
and it helps you push forward with your goals and achieving what you want to achieve. Now we celebrate wins as big and as small as anything. Okay, so that can be as big as getting a sailing, getting a client, getting something like that, all the way to, I don't know, like doing your laundry for the week.
Sometimes it's I read a book this week. That's how cool
or I read a page of a book. Like for me, like sometimes my wins can be I read a page of a book. I've read a page of a book this week, and like for me that's big because I don't read. Like I don't do it. I audio book, but reading a book, like that's a win, for me personally.
It's for me too at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you've been busy, right? At the moment, it's I bet it's been hard, right?
It has. To keep on top of my goals, like it is so easy to fall out of a routine, and I admit these past 2 weeks have been falling out of routine, but it's getting myself back into that. Like I've started doing what I'm meant to do every day. So it is, if you drop out of a routine, guys, do not kick yourself, because you can easily enough get back into it. Just put your mindset to it, which you're obviously going to learn here, but once you have your mindset set then you will get back into it. But do not kick yourself if you fall out of a routine. It is so much easier to get back into once you have that mindset sorted.
Absolutely. I mean, do you know what's dangerous? What's dangerous is falling out of a routine and not knowing you've fallen out of a routine. Like that's dangerous.
Yes.
If you fall out of a routine and fully know that you've fallen out of a routine, then you can put a date on that, and you can be like, hey, by such a date, I am getting back on that. But please never pick a Monday. Like Mondays are never good. Like, because Monday never comes. Okay, you wanna pick a day that is going to be key to you. So don't do it Monday when you're back in work and you're back at doing things. Like pick a Saturday. Most people owe your day off of work to start something, because that's going to give you your time to yourself.
Yeah.
Having to start day one whilst you've got a full shift at work, and then got to come and crack on with your goals.
Yeah.
A little side tip for you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But capitalizing on your failures, okay? Failures teach us what success can't. And instead of running away from the failures and giving up, when faced with a setback, you want to take advantage of them failures, okay? By reviewing them, identifying what did not work, and then devising a plan to correct your mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, applying multiple mental models, like sort of the inversion principle and the second order thinking, to develop new strategies, seek help from others to review your decisions, and committing to getting better with every every defeat. I was going to say default then, like default in my head, I don't know why. With every defeat, like just learn from it, and then once you set your mind to look at failures as a means to learn and grow, instead of considering them as a limitation to your abilities, you're going to be able to capitalize on them for sure. And I'm not saying capitalizing on them as in like getting a financial reward out of it. Like I'm just on about like being like, hey, I can now pull out on that. Like this is good,
Yeah.
like you can non-financially capitalize or financially. But yeah, I want to cover the Goldilocks tasks for continuous improvements as well, because this is cool. But there's a difference between seeking challenges and setting out to do what's impractical. Okay, so if you're trying to climb a mountain without building physical strength, and possibly like solve trigonometry without learning algebra or geometry, then there's no way that you can succeed. Okay, Goldilocks tasks or activities that I've just lost what I was going to say. Then again, I'm looking at my notes here. The Goldilocks tasks or activities that are neither too easy nor too difficult. Okay, so you remember the Goldilocks story, like, oh, this one's a little bit too hot, this one's a little bit too cold, or this one's just right. Okay, so Goldilocks tasks are activities that are neither too easy nor too difficult. Okay, just a little over your comfort, your current abilities, and they provide a perfect opportunity for you to step outside of your comfort zone without leading to anxiety and overwhelmment. Okay, by investing in the Goldilocks tasks, you can set up a path for continuous improvement. Okay, by slowly building upon your current abilities. Okay, Goldilocks methods. Right, I'm going to post a little video about that on social media somewhere else. Okay, because I like it. When I found that, I was like, I'm getting out. Thanks. Do you know what I mean? Thank you.
It is a good one. I like it. It's good. Especially Goldilocks. Who doesn't know Goldilocks? It's so good when you can relate to something you know as well. So, and it's like, oh yeah.
Isn't it just like, yeah, being relatable to yourself as well, like being relatable to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen. But yeah, do you want to cover the next one?
Sure. Right. So being consistent and flexible. This is so important because you don't realize how, when we say consistent, we don't mean stay up 24 hours a day and work your butt off doing your work again and again. We don't mean that. We mean doing a few hours a day, but every day, to keep the consistency up. And when we say flexible, what we basically mean is don't set yourself 2 hours and then cut yourself off and be like, well, 2 hours done, I'm done. That as well, you need to be flexible with that. Definitely, I would say on that, like, it's like if you have a 9 to 5, obviously you're within that perimeter, that's it. But when you are working on something for yourself, even if you sit down and say, I'm going to read for a bit, but I'll only read for an hour, don't get to an hour really enjoying the book and be like, right, it's an hour done, I'm closing the book, I'm not reading anymore. Be flexible with that as well. And that's just some smooth examples I like using because I like reading. But it's being also consistent in reflecting on your past behavior. It's really, really good when you are transitioning over to the growth mindset and you are changing. It's also so good sometimes sit by yourself and reflect on how you used to be and how open your mind is now. And it's so important to do that because it is like a win inside yourself as well. It shows how far you've come, and honestly, it eggs you on to go further because you've realized the change already that's taken place and what's manifested up here that it didn't before. But you need to be asking yourself some of these questions. So how did you act the last time something like such and such happened? So for example, someone took your parking space. Obviously, now I think Jack could agree, we probably used to get pissed off about it in the past, but now you'd be like, that's fine, go find another one. But it's thinking about how you acted last time about this. And it's like, did you choose a fixed mindset or have you decided on the growth? You need to know back then, if you've already got a growth mindset and you're coming into this with an open mind, that is absolutely amazing. Well done. But you need to know, did you choose the fixed mindset where did you kind of get raised that way? How did it happen? You need to think about that as well. But also, good question, what made you choose one mindset over the other? Was one safer and the other one was dangerous because you didn't know what lay beyond the other? Like, to me, a fixed mindset's safe because I know what's there and I don't have to worry about what's there. With the growth mindset, it is out of the comfort zone because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, by taking one step further, you don't know what change is going to happen and you don't know what you're going to be faced with. So that's definitely another one. But what was I going to say? It's one of those nights, right? Right. So when obviously at that time, looking back, why did you fail to see on the mindset you had what oh my days, I'm getting there, bear with, it's programming.
Yeah, figuring out the mindset you had and then wanting to go ahead and change that. You need to figure out the different aspects of what you need to change within that, because for sure you may have a little bit of differential, like you may be a little bit fixed and you may be a little bit of growth, but you may want to develop yourself as fully growth, but like figuring out exactly what you can do to transition, that's gonna help you.
That's what I was gonna say, Jack. But yeah, but honestly, by asking yourself these questions again and again, you will see how much your mindset is changing. And at the moment, you could be in a growth mindset now, but that doesn't mean to stop learning, because you know what, your mindset can go so far. And if you're in a fixed mindset, you'll then look at this and be like, crap, I'm actually fixed. I need to have a growth mindset. And I kind of think that's what made me realize, I don't know about Jack, when I was listening to someone, I was like, oh no, that's my mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
But remember, definitely, not everyone's like mindset and brains are wired the same. Everyone is unique. Everyone's gonna obviously go a different way. There's like some people want a growth mindset, some will want to be fixed. Obviously, we're not here to say get a growth mindset now or else. We're not threatening you, but we're here to show you how much is on the other side of a growth mindset and how far you can go in life. You're not going to be stuck to one thing. You're going to have that growth mindset and it's going to take you such a long way. But back to the topic at the beginning, without being consistent and flexible in how you are doing things yourself, how you're carrying out tasks, everyday tasks even, you cannot develop a growth mindset without that.
Absolutely not. And when you were saying then about like being in the car park or the parking lot or whatever, like that is so true. Like don't get, I don't really get angry anymore about like people nicking my parking space. I do, like if I'm at work or whatever, like in my offline job and I'm trying to find a place to park the truck, like I'm like, ugh, because it needs to, like I have legal requirements to have to park a vehicle somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But in my own car, like in my own life, I'm like, I'm like close to the door, but you know what? I can park further away and get a few extra steps in. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to, as much as you don't want to justify yourself as much, like you want to be like, you want to justify that issue, not justify it, but like being like, find a reason that you can go and do it and how it's gonna help you. You know, you can't park close to the door. Someone's just nicked your spot. Don't get angry. I park somewhere else and think, oh well, I can get them extra steps in, or I can get a little bit of extra exercise or whatever.
Exactly. So, always positive to a negative.
For sure. That's the one I'm looking for. Turning a negative to a positive, not positive to negative. Yeah, no. Something else that is going to really help you is trying to help the people and change. Not change. Don't be like to the people that are around you, being like, you need to change because then that'll help me change. Like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
But something to really take a look on and take note on is that you are you are sort of the people that you spend most time with, the 5 people you spend most time with, you become a part of them. Okay. I have a video somewhere on my personal social media somewhere, either on my page or my Instagram, that actually goes into that. And I'm sure I might drop it into the group at some point for you guys, or re-record you on. But you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and so we're not saying go and change everybody that you're spending most time with. We're not going to say go and help them change their mindset, but it's going to help, like, you know, inviting them new people into your life as well, or helping the people that are currently around you to change is going to help a lot. And so here's what I want to say on this. So while teaching a growth mindset can start at an early age, so like you can start from being a bloody child, right? It's never too late to learn it as well. Our brain is highly adaptable. Okay, it's highly adaptable to new ideas and new ways of doing things. Okay, and when we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, we're giving permission to our brain to form new connections, right? With practice, these connections are going to get stronger. Okay, what seemed like an effort at first may soon be not an effort, maybe like, you know, oh, that was easier, which I suppose is like a hint saying, right, come on, step it up then, level up. But to promote growth mindset for kids and or adults, you want to follow some of these key practices, and these are like, don't praise intelligence. And what I mean by that is their intelligence, okay, and their current abilities cannot be a sign of what they cannot do. Okay. So like, don't praise their intelligence or what they are now, like praise the difference that you see further down the line. Okay. I was just praising one of my amazing team members today, or yesterday, in fact, last night. I was on a call with him last night, and he's been within this business now 6 months. Okay, and he's rocking it, like he's crushing it. His personal development and how he's changed as a person over 6 months has just been out of this world. And so we were praising him last night. I was on a little bit of a team call with a few of my team, and I was sort of saying, like, you guys are all coming together really good. But specifically for him, like 6 months, like 6 short months, he has changed dramatically. And that's been off his own back because he's seen the advantages of it, right? So next one, sort of recognizing and appreciating the process, engagement, strategies, perseverance, efforts, and progress. These are strong indicators of their desire to learn and grow. Okay, don't engage with any false praise. Okay, efforts that leads to no progress, okay, cannot be praised, right? You may be putting as much effort in as possible, but if that's the wrong effort, why are you praising it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Disappointment should lead to a burning desire to do better, and it should be a signal to try a different strategy. Okay, establish the vulnerability, guys, not as a sign of weakness, but a powerful sort of mechanism to realize their full potential, their truthful potential, their true power, right? For sure. Encouraging them to make the right choices of words. Okay, so like we said before, a few minutes ago, shift from I don't know to I don't know yet. Yeah, simply believing that they can do it will open their mind to seek solutions that did not seem a problem possible earlier. Okay, provide them with the Goldilocks tasks.
Yes,
as we spoke about. Just like to go ahead on their current abilities, but improve on them, burn out on them, okay, to enable them to realize the benefits of the hard work and the consistent effort that they can put in. Okay, the most important step to promote a growth mindset is to make people around you or who you're influencing realize it has many benefits. Okay, it does have many benefits. Like, you could say that we're trying to influence you guys, and we are in a way, like, we're trying to give you the best knowledge as possible to what we've learned over our journeys and things like that, and we want to help, so yeah, do you want to go over the little summary, or do you want me to shoot over it? It's up to you.
Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Go on then, for the crack. Go on, for the crack.
Ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Go on.
The camera's going.
You did scissors, I did paper. Go on, you do it.
Right. So. Right, so a small summary. So with, now I'm going to have to see. This is because we play rock, paper, scissors. Got all excited. Right. Right, so with the reason, with the growth mindset, it allows people to thrive from the normal everyday mindset. And to be honest with me, I find I like the growth mindset now better. I think Jack's same, because it challenges me. I used to be always so bored and I always thought something was missing. But ever since I got myself programmed into the growth mindset, my life has become so much more interesting. I don't know why, but I find everyday things fascinating. And I guess, Jack, I don't know if you're the same, where you see something where you seem like, but now it's like a big deal because your mindset's changed that much and you see it so differently.
For sure.
And right, sorry guys, I'm double checking notes so I don't over talk and repeat things I've already said. But yeah, so the reason as well, so with the growth mindset as well, I think it is so important. And I say this pride, you have to have the passion to grow your mindset. Don't force yourself into changing your mindset if you feel like it is not something that you want. Obviously, as I said before, we are definitely not here to force you and say, get a new mindset. And as Jack said before, when he's saying the 5 people you surround yourself with, that is going to be so much better in growing your mindset. Obviously, I definitely agree with him. Obviously, we're not telling you to go and get rid of the friends you've got or get rid of the people you hang out with. Personally, I got rid of a lot of people when I changed my mindset, but it was just because I was seeing things in a different way, and I realized how much negativity it was bringing to me and not the vibes and the positivity I wanted personally. So definitely, I think I definitely liked what you said about that, so I thought I'd bring it up again. But yeah, no, you definitely, guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, you do have to be so passionate about what you want to do in life, but also about your mindset. If you are not committed and passionate about wanting to change your mindset and seeing where it can bring you, I would definitely say do not force yourself. It isn't easy. It's a lot of work and a lot of training your mindset to be different from what it usually is. As we said, learning is a massive part, and challenging yourself. Obviously, before I used to avoid challenges because I was like, no, I don't want to be seen doing a challenge and my arse fail it. That's the way I looked at it. But now it's like, do you know what, if I fail it, it's a massive learning curve, and I can look back and be like, I'm not embarrassed about it because I tried it, and I can see what mistakes I made that didn't help me in succeeding in that challenge. So next time I go back to do it, it's going to be so much better. But definitely, that's my main summary of the thing. Did you have anything else to add, Jack, if I didn't ramble?
Yeah, so sort of the belief that cherished qualities can be developed creates passion for learning, yeah? So why waste time proving over and over how great you are when you could be getting better on what you're already great at? Why hide the deficiencies, okay, instead of overcoming them? Why look for friends or partners who will shore up your self-esteem instead of ones who will also challenge to grow it, okay? Why seek out tried and true instead of experiences that are gonna sort of stretch you and stretch your abilities, okay? The passion for stretching yourself and sticking to it, even especially, okay, when it's not going well, it's the hallmark of growth mindset, right? This is the mindset that allows people to thrive during some of the most challenging times in their lives. And I'm sure that over the pandemic, a lot of people have been stepping up, because it's been needed for sure.
Oh
Period.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, what I wanted to do, I put something in the notes here if we had time, because I didn't know how long that we're going to take.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have rambled. So yeah, over the coming weeks, we're going to be delving into many things in how to develop your mindset. But before we actually move forward into the bigger and better things that we've planned for you within A to Digital, we really wanted to focus in on mindset. Like mindset is key. Okay, I'm going to show you something right now, if I can. Let me see if I can put it on here.
No worries. Oh, hey Priya. Sorry, I'd seen your comment, lovey.
No. So I said I can't get it up right now. I probably could, but let me while I'm doing it, let me talk you through it. So essentially, when anyone comes and joins out my team, Shauna's team, our community, or whatever, like the first initial thing that's happening for them is about an hour, 2 hours of different target mindsets. Okay, that's including like money mindset, belief mindset, like things like that. And if we can help you guys do that now before you even wanted to maybe possibly venture into that, then we're doing a good job, right? For sure. So the different sort of mindsets, I don't know if you can see that list. Have I put it into?
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet. Let's run through some of these on the different things that we are sort of going to be covering, whether this be happening in full episodes, whether we attack 2 in like one night, or whether we do miniature videos throughout the week or whatever. But this is what's coming up, guys. So yeah, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, let's roll with it. Right, so we'll first go for the self-trust mindset. So to do anything great, you have to be able to trust yourself and believe in your capabilities. That's literally a big step with the self-trust mindset. The reason why if you don't trust yourself, it's going to go nowhere. You have to have so much trust in what you can bring to the table. You need to be confident in your skills. And if to say, for example, if you were convincing someone, say an interview, that you've got these skills and you can bring them to the table, you have to be confident and trust in what you're saying, because if you're not confident in what you're saying, they're not going to believe it either. And that's so important. But again, success is not something that is just going to happen overnight. It's something that you have to be willing to create, and something that you're passionate. Again, passion is massive in this, in the mindset. It is massive, massive, massive. And I don't think me and Jack would be here today if we weren't passionate. And we are so, so passionate, which is why we started this, because we wanted to share what we've learned with you guys. And we do definitely think that's so important. But you do have to, the confidence, obviously you were working as you go. My confidence was bad at the start. Jack's was as well, as he said before in the last video. Our confidence was not the best, but you have to grow on your confidence. And the reason why we say that is because you're always going to have the negative voices in your head saying you cannot do this. But when you get to that mindset, you're going to have the positivity side. It's like a devil and an angel on one shoulder. They're going to be chatting, always listen to the good one, flick the bad one. But but do not give up on things you believe in, and do not give up on yourself. You do definitely need to remember this. If it's things that you can't obviously cope with, you get sticky notes and that and stick them around everywhere. That's what I personally do, and so yeah. But you need to believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to help you, and it's not going to help you progress.
Absolutely. So the next one would be goal setting mindset. Now, goals and setting goals is something that is totally like so total new subject, okay? But knowing what you want and willing yourself to reach are two different things. So what you want and what you're willing to do, they're not the same, okay? In fact, they're like opposite, you know, magnets that are pushing each other away, okay? Like you may want something really bad, but are you willing to go and do that, okay? But when you know your goals, they motivate you, okay? Remember, if it doesn't challenge you, then it won't change you. In order to change, you need to change. Challenges promote change, okay? Setting high goals as well. Don't stop until you reach them. Do not stop until you reach them. Make sure that you have everything in plan to do that. And again, that's going to be like one of the episodes that we're going to cover in just setting goals, and how to follow through with them. Yeah,
right.
Pass it back to you, mate.
Right, so the patient mindset. Again, this is definitely important what we do, because in the past I definitely didn't have a patient mindset. I expected things at the click of my finger, and now I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. So that's reality setting in. But the most successful people will, we're on a minute, sec, right, wake up, right. It's basically the most successful people in life that you'll find, they are patient and they will wait and watch. The thing is, you can't expect, as I said, starting a business today and getting it tomorrow and then losing your patience because you believe that's what was going to happen. You do have to have such patient mindset. I can't promise you it's going to happen tomorrow, next week, a month, a year. I cannot be like, that's going to happen for you. It's not, but you do have to be patient and you have to wait and watch to see what happens. But with your dedication, you put in your dedication in and your hard work, that will happen. And those who are impatient, sorry to say, do lose out on the great, brilliant opportunities because they're too busy focusing on focusing on what's not happening. But sometimes, honestly, you have to wait for the right thing. You can't expect to have it happen. And say if you did rush it, for example, and you were like, right, I'm not going to be patient, I'm going to do this and that. It's not always going to work out perfect because you've rushed it and it hasn't all fully progressed the way it should. Being patient, you have to wait for right timing and the right thing. It is so, so, so important.
Absolutely. Being courageous as well. Doing anything great requires courage. But fear always has a way of showing up in that, okay? Courage does not mean that you're being unafraid. Having courage is showing having courage and showing courage means that you're facing your fears. Saying, I'm scared and I am moving forward anyway. Like that's sort of what courage is, you know. Courage is like a muscle. You just need to strengthen it, and with developing it, you are strengthening it. Okay. Next one we're going to be doing is focused mindset. Now these aren't in any particular order we're going to do them, but this is another thing. Focused mindset. So one of the worst setbacks that can happen is losing focus. So like we said, and like I said, like it's dangerous to lose focus or lose routine or lose your structure and not realize that you're doing it. Okay. But like I said, so one of the worst setbacks that can happen is sort of losing focus and allowing procrastination to step in. Important as it is, it's difficult to sort of be focused and disciplined at the same time. The best way is to sort of stay doing what you need to do. But sort of like here and now, and to concentrate on everything going on at the particular moment. Okay. Yeah. So like, don't, as much as we would say like go all in, like if you need to step in and out, like do that. Again, like Shona was saying, consistency is key. Okay. Distraction wastes time. Okay. And procrastination, that's keeping you from moving forward as well. Discipline is another big key, and it's a bridge between sort of goals and then accomplishments and finding that success. Yeah. And a mindset of focus builds that bridge. This is something that Shona loves. Like Shona loves speaking about this one, so I'm going to hand it back over.
Right. So positive mindset, because I bring it up so much, Jack's right. But yeah, choosing to be positive and choosing to have a good attitude will determine a lot about your life. I think myself included, I love a positive mindset. I'm definitely a happy person in general, and I'm so positive about all the little things, even things that you shouldn't be positive about. I just get very positive about and excited. But if you set your mind to positivity, you can go a long way. It opens so many doors. It makes you see things in a different light, and it opens you to so much more. Negativity, definitely, we will obviously probably cover that in another one as well, but yeah, so you do definitely want a positive over a negative mindset, and that's an important reason, but when we delve into it we will talk about that more. But instead of giving you reasons why you can't or shouldn't, be giving yourself reasons why you can and go for it. You really need to go for it and not think about, oh, you shouldn't do it because of this, because of that. As I said to Jack earlier, there's a positive in every negative, and I really strongly believe in that. If something really bad happens to me, I'm like, oh, but this happened within that negative period. And that's the way I look at it. When you get to that place, and instead of giving yourself giving yourself those reasons why you shouldn't, definitely always think, no, I can do it because this, so and so. But happiness doesn't come from certain circumstances. Like I say, money, for example, it does make a lot of people happy and we're very treasured to it, but it doesn't always buy amazing happiness, like eternal happiness, but it will buy happiness in certain amounts. But for me, happiness comes within. You really have to feel it within you. You can't pretend to be happy. I don't think anyone can pretend to be happy, because you can see it within your eyes, it's within your smile, and within obviously your tone of voice. You can tell so much about a person from what's within their eyes, what they're kind of, if they're smiling at you, if their face is straight. But as I always say, I always smile at everyone. Sometimes I think I'm crazy, but I'm like, I'm being positive. I don't know about you, but at the end of the day as well, always smile, because you'll find if you're not in a happy mood and you smile, it does actually make you a bit happy. So
absolutely, 100%. And another one is learning a mindset, like learning a mindset, having the mindset to learn, okay? Just because you're struggling, that doesn't mean that you're not learning. Yeah, every failure has something to teach you, and everything you learn helps you fucking grow. Okay, if you're unwilling to learn, okay, no one can help you. So if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. Okay. Quote of the day. Let's say that again. If you are unwilling to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you, right? Every great success requires some kind of struggle, and good things really do come to those who work hard and struggle to pursue their goals and the dreams that they're sort of believing in, to radically change their life, you've got to change. In order to change, you need to change. That'll come up so much. Like, in order to change, you need to change. You need to be willing to change in order to get the change that you want to get, period. But yeah, I think that's a wrap, right?
But yeah, no, definitely. What I'd say as a little challenge for you guys, if you're up to it, if you're watching this on replay or you've been watching live, if you've been watching live, drop just a small comment below to say if you believe you're a fixed or a growth mindset already.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how many people are one way or the other, or from what we've described on other mindsets and that you're looking forward to learning more, you can actually drop about them as well. Not fast, any of them. Drop what mindset you believe suits you at the moment. Obviously, the other ones we've discussed, we're going to go into further down the road, but it'll be interesting to see what everyone's mindset is now, what they're like. So be exciting to see. Yeah,
for sure. So on that note, we're gonna wrap things up. We've been here nearly an hour. Let's finish before the hour instead of going over, because I'm sure as the weeks go on and as the months and years go on, we will be probably going over the hour, especially when we start getting some guests on the shows as well. Like they do go on a while. I mean, I used to have my own show back in last year, which was Jack D TV, and I used to literally interview people that were within our business and let them give sort of my audiences like some key pointers if they're hesitant on whether they want to get started. And so them interviews would go on for ages, like forever, like, because they'd be giving out so much good value. I'm never going to be like, right, we're on the hour, stop. Like, no, they're giving value, like we'll carry on going,
just stop, just like, okay, bye, have a nice night.
For sure. Is there anything you want to add before we wrap things up, mate?
Yeah, no, do you know what? It's definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing what your comments, if you don't mind it, definitely drop it in. Obviously we are going to be letting you know, obviously we do, with these things, we do let you know the day it's happening, what it's going to be about. So you'll find out on the day of when we do go live, because we find it's more fun that way and it keeps it a surprise for you guys as well. So you're not like, oh, they're doing this week. We have a surprise, so we do it on the day it's going to happen. So it keeps you guys excited. But definitely think about what mindset you are. It'd be exciting to see where you are right now. Drop a comment, and it's something definitely, it's good to see where everyone's mind's at already. And definitely, I'd say if there's anything else you'd like us to cover that we've missed out that you'd like to know more about, drop a comment. Any of us would be happy to help you getting your questions answered.
For sure. But yeah, awesome. It's been awesome being here with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, we will see you. I keep saying I'm going to see you through the week, but honestly, life is just that busy at the moment, and sort of me dealing with my actual business as well and work life, like it's hard to keep on track of you as well. But I promise we're going to get better at that, and we're going to start giving you guys value through the week as well, which is
for sure,
keep you
definitely
consistent as well. But yeah, awesome. Can't wait to see your comments below. It's been awesome speaking to you guys. Till next week.
Peace out, guys. Have a